Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is Doobie Snacks. This is season 4. Now, I'm basically going to go through some things with this episode to keep everybody going. Normally, I would start with Mick of the episode, but I got me a message on Facebook from a gentleman who did not like the fact that I was using a slang for the Irish to describe the mentally ill celebrities. So normally I wouldn't give a shit. I'd keep doing it. It's my program. I'm gonna do what I want. But this guy was from Boston. Now, if anybody truly knows me, I love Boston. Massachusetts is my favorite state out of all of them. Okay. I love the people. I love the sports. I love the location. There is so much history in Boston. Boston should be the capital of the United States. Okay. I'm just saying. Now, my wife has some family up there, and they took us in when we went up to visit them. And great people. Oh, and when we got there, we wanted to camp, save on the hotel. I mean, come on. So they let us camp in their yard. Well, like a football field's length away is what they would call the cranberry crops, where they were in huge tubs of cranberry bogs, and that's how we got our cranberries. But when you wake up in the morning to the cranberry pine scent, because we were in the woods a little bit. I mean, oh, the beauty, especially that haze in the morning when you wake up. Downfall, we were about 50 feet away from the horse stalls. Yeah. Okay, so depending upon the wind direction, you either woke up in a good mood or you were shitty. Oh, no pun intended, right? So, this gentleman from Boston, he let me know, and he was really cool about it. And I messaged him back, and I told him that I would get rid of it. He made a good point, and I let him know how much I loved Boston. I gave him a story that when I went up there on a bus to visit some people in Maine, that I had to stop off in Boston, and it was a good 6 hours. So during that 6 hour time, I walked around, checked things out, and I went to the Cheers bar, and I couldn't get in; it was closed. But I just stood outside that and just looked. Back then you didn't have cell phone. Okay, back then you were lucky to find a phone, keep a camera on you, whatever. Anyways, and in the shop next to it was a coffee shop, and at the time anyway, and in the window was the Patriots symbol of the linebacker down and ready to kill. You know, it's just memories of such greatness out of Boston. So lo and behold, I told him no more Mick. So, no more Mick, Mr. Boston, man. And you know what? Message me anytime, man. Let me know how things are going in Boston, dude. Now, okay, I got another message, but I'm really not. I don't know how to go about this, so I will read this to you word for word. Hey, why do you hate Christians? Your views do not matter. So why lie about our one true God? And I like my morality. It's from God. You're a terrorist lover. Signed, Closed Lips. Okay, so he signs it Closed Lips, but yet in the message, I viewed his profile. I know who he is. And I haven't responded to him. I did. I said thank you, and that was it. If if you're trolling me or you're giving me really bad advice and telling me to go F myself, I say thank you. Okay? But if it's truly a meaningful question or a subject you like to hear about mental health, then lo and behold, I've gotten some great ideas and subjects from people who want to hear more about mental health and my experience or my opinion. So that's the whole gist of my program here. I want to be clear that I'm not here to change the world. I just want to help people who are suffering the way I did when I was younger. I don't want them to have to suffer. It the mind, if you are not able to recognize or deal with situations or figure out triggers, then you're going to be lost. Prime example, all these mass shootings that are going around. I mean, what parent in their right mind would give their child a gun? Okay? And you're seeing it all over the place. These guys that are doing these killings are having access to these weapons. Now, okay, most of them are mental health issues that they're dealing with, and they did not get the attention they needed. And there are signs that if you're not paying attention and letting them live in their bedroom where you have given them internet, video games, and TVs, and they isolate themselves in that corner of their world, their fantasy, their imagination, their mind, if it is under duress due to illness, they're going to go in a bad direction. Okay? And their teachers are giving notice about these students, and nothing's being done about it. Parents are dealing with more at home. I understand that. But when you don't see your child from Friday night coming home from school until Monday morning they go to school, if they go, if you don't see them during that time, there are some major issues going on with you. Okay. I hate saying this, but you're a shitty parent if you're going to let your child go in a world like that. You know, I'm sorry. It's just I'll be personal. I have never claimed to be a good parent. I've never claimed to be a good person. I try, and I have made so many mistakes, especially being a parent. And I have a lot of guilt over that, and it's something that I will never get over and never be able to apologize for as something that cannot be forgiven. you know. So I just, when it comes to getting messages, and I just want the people out there to try and figure out how to control their own brain and their thought processes. So when I get messages like that, I just usually thank you. But this one got me good. And this might be like a subject for entire season 4 on mental health when it comes to religion and mental health when it comes to morality. Because being called a terrorist lover, I didn't. I don't get that, because yes, I have a lot of respect for most of the religions out there because they give us hope. Islam, yes, a lot of people have issues with it because there are bad apples. Judaism, To be honest with you, the Jewish community, the people, the religion, the ancient history, the culture. I mean, to be honest, between Islam and Jewish communities and cultures and civilizations being brought up and spread through trade throughout all of history, you wouldn't have Christianity. Okay? And just like every other religion, these religions took from the religions of the past because they absorbed them as they took over civilizations. And it's hard for people to understand that, oh, I hate the Jews because they killed Jesus. Yeah, okay. There was a lot going on during that time. And if you were living during that time and in that area, you go ahead and you tell me that again, because by Jewish law, what he did in the temple, uh, causing that much mayhem, the Romans would have killed him on the spot, but they didn't because of the Jewish community. Thank you. Hello. There are a lot of little things in religion, but hell, Islam, Jewish, Christianity, okay, those religions have caused much pain and agony, just as much as they have caused hope. So, I guess this season we're going to get more into that. But if you don't want me to, let me know, because I'm also going to get into a lot of crazy other stuff, you know. So, alright, so now that I've got that out of the way a little bit, this season I like to go more in depth on people. Some with me. I've done the mix celebrity thing, but I'd like to go more into depth about individuals themselves that have been dealing. And one of the things I want to do is people in history, because a lot of us don't really understand or get the fact that there are a lot of characters in history that dealt with mental illness in different ways. And if I can find more information about them, then I can give you the person, the individual, and what they had and how they dealt with it at that time. And we're talking, ancient. There are a lot of things like the first Chinese emperor. He was really messed up in the head, paranoia, and a lot of reasons is he was taking things to, try to reach immortality. And this is the same dude that had mass production done of terracotta army. He's protecting his tomb. They won't open the tomb yet because this emperor was a tricky son of a bitch. So they're worried about traps or destroying anything inside. There's also worry about mercury representing the rivers of China. Okay, mercury poisoning in that closed. Oh, the same thing happened in South America when they went and did the pyramids out there. Underneath one of the big ones is mercury. So. But there are a lot of characters in history that we really love, and respect, and we learn from. But mental illness, man, it's out there, and it's been there. It's just now being recognized more and more. We're losing that normal label. We're losing a lot of labels. And it's coming to a head that more people are recognizing / analyzing behaviors and trying to compare them to our day and age. And that's hard to do when, technology, advancement, treatments, pharmaceuticals. Now, back in the day, 1800s, you had Freud, cocaine, end of story. You know, it's just they had different ways of dealing with it. And before the 50s and 60s, they used marijuana, and it worked. Anyways, yeah, we'll be discussing more about that too. Working on legalizing marijuana for a lot of treatments, as well as psychedelic mushrooms. They're doing a lot of research in that too. You know, anything that grows out of a pile of shit that will give you a nice head buzz, yeah, there's conflict there. Now, I think it's a texture thing. I really don't want anything that has grown out of a pile of horse shit in my mouth. But I have dated quite a few ugly women, so, hey, no one wants to think of their daughter as being a wheelbarrow, so I'm sorry about that. Okay, well, anyway, also this season we're going to go into more music. I didn't get into music as much, except for the 3 episodes about guitar heroes and music heroes. I didn't go into, you know, the stories of working at the music store as I should, and I've gotten comments on that. They wanted to hear more about certain individuals that I had mentioned. So we'll get into that. And my cat's going crazy. Tigger got his nuts cut a week ago, and now he's mad at me. He's just now coming up to me, though. Yeah, I'd be mad at me, too. I mean, damn, man. I had to cut my nuts off. But I have to ask my wife for permission to get them back. Anywho, now, I'm guessing that you're listening to this and probably bored because you really don't want to hear a season 4 cap, you know. But I figure I'm learning different things through college and through dealing with people personally, messaging, asking people I care about their opinions. And to be honest with you, a lot of people in my family won't even listen to my podcasts because they hear it from me anyway, right? So why would you want to listen to it through your radio? You know, I'm thinking of the Howard Stern when he put up to the microphone and started going, blah, 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 you know, as the speakers and the bass. Yeah, if you've seen the movie Body Parts with Howard Stern, you'll know what I'm talking about. I'm going to get a little bit more testy and perverted, too, like Easter egg perversion. Yeah, it's like one of the things where, the kids already know what the hell you're talking about, age 8. I mean, even if you spell the shit out, they're going to know. So, but hey, you know what? Last time I checked my watch, this is America. America. And it costs $1.05. That's right. Freedom costs $1.05. Now, I'll be doing a lot of quotes, so if you want to send me some quotes, I might use them, I might not. But I don't put names out there unless you want me to. Like, for instance, Closed Lips, with that very, very naughty message. Asshole. Anyways, now that I've told you basically what I plan on doing this season, one of my things that I've been dealing with is the climate control, the climate, the weather, the way that Mother Nature is starting to abolish, a contract with us stating that we could live on her land. Yeah, it's getting hairy because this summer you don't know if you're going to get a ton of fires with drought, or if you're going to get flooding and landslides. And with the flooding and the landslides, the tectonic plates would actually move a lot more. I can't explain it, but it's weird science shit. And I'm not no Bill Maher. But, no, wait. Bill Maher, isn't he like the HBO dude? Who's the science guy? Bill, yeah. Bill, huh? Bill. Are they the same name? Am I confused? I must be. Damn, burning trees is getting my mind off foobar. It's like watching them swamp shows where they're trying to catch them alligators. Yeah, I'd like to have a pair of alligator boots, but I hear gator meat's pretty good too. It's a little chewy if you ain't cooking it right. But bear, oh, you gotta cook that just right. Oh, that grease, that fatty grease. No. No. So, bottom dollar. This is it. All the cookies. I will be now known as Drewby. I will now start working on new intros. And now I must let you know that according to my Buzz Scout, they have now opened it up for subscriptions. So for $3, $5, and $10 a month, you can keep this podcast going. Now, I don't see any of it. It goes straight to Buzzscout. That's what pays for them to distribute my podcasts, as well as adding features to making the sound better and giving me more sound bites if I want them, things of that. It's pretty cool, but I mean, I'm going to keep going no matter what. I mean, I figure out a way. I got to get the word out. And the word is love, peace, hope. Because I'm a hippie. Hippie. Damn, tree huggers. So, alright, this is basically season 4 beginning. This is like preseason. This is preseason. That's right. This is Drewby. Preseason. Being bipolar. Sayonara, bitches.